The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, and Newey Scruggs.
You already know what time it is. Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, Barry Church returns.
Yes.
In the building.
I'm in here, baby.
Newey Scruggs. All right.
In
the building. Went there, shot a bad score at golf. Now you back.
Ain't a bad score. Came away on top.
Somebody take away your money.
Ain't nobody get me yesterday. It was close. It was close, man. But ain't nobody get me yesterday.
Okay. Programming note, this is our last show of the week. So we will make our picks here, but this is our final show of the week. We will do this one and be back with you on Monday. Cowboys get ready to face the Buffalo Bills.
The dust.
The dust.
Yes.
And the Cowboys are an underdog
How you feeling?
in this game.
That's how you feeling.
Looking at the turnover margin here, the Cowboys plus 10, tied for second in the league. The Bills are plus 2, tied for 12th in the league. And looking at the penalties, boy, the Cowboys are they got 97 penalties this year. The Bills have 88. So we got two teams here that the ref's gonna be busy.
Okay. Might be a slow game.
Oh, yeah.
What's the slow ref name?
Hockey League? Yeah. Holding, like, making sure you see that bicep every time.
Wearing the Schmedium shirt out there. I don't think well, it's going to be 48 degrees, so he might go.
He going to prove something. He might have a cutoff. Shoulders out there.
He's swole, man.
Uniform standard.
Would not recommend that. Bills 7-6 here. Cowboys are 10-3. Mike McCarthy says he doesn't want to talk about the fact that if they win this game, they'll make the playoffs. But if you're a player and you know that if you win this game, you'll make the playoffs. How does that sit?
Oh, man, you definitely thinking about it. I mean, because you say, man, if you can punch your ticket, that's all we always want, when you start this season. If you can punch your ticket, get a toe into the tournament, then you got a chance. You got a chance at doing big things. So those players are definitely thinking about this situation and the opportunity that, bewaits them up in Buffalo. And when you look at it to this team, man, it's going to be a tight one. I know we're going to make our picks later on, but this matchup to me is not a good one for the Dallas Cowboys overall, but you already know this team is a different team on the road. I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys at home, averaging 41, on the road 23. So it's going to be a tight one for the Dallas Cowboys out there, but we'll see what happens.
How else do you get to the SB? How else do you get there unless you do it in the regular season? And I think you punch a ticket. I mean, you're right. Mm-hmm. You can say you're not all the coach speaking out there from Mike McCarthy, whatever. Yeah. They got their minds on getting into the playoffs and going further. Man, the way that the narrative on this season, when we get to the end, no matter what the success is going to be, this is going to be an interesting tale to see how this year's Cowboys fit into the history of this program. But, man, this is a big one. And I like what you said, because I think when you do a comparison of this guy versus this guy versus that guy, it kind of equals out all the way around, offensively and defensively. It's going to come down to who wants this one the most. And you're going up there to New York to play a team that's desperate for a win coming off that Kansas City victory.
I think y'all crazy.
Really? What you thinking about,
these
man?
dudes know they ain't gonna make the playoffs. They ain't worried about this thing on game.
Jeez.
They got the Washington
up by 20 out the play.
So is it that they have to win one more game, like period, to make the playoffs? Like throughout the rest of the season to make? Oh, they know they making the playoff. They ain't thinking about that. He all right. They all right. They know they gonna get in. I think the focus for them is try not to worry about number one seed, home field advantage, that all the rest of that. I think when you're looking at it, you're saying, hey, we have ourselves in position, like McCarthy said. Everything that we set out to get at the beginning of the season is still there for us. That's the playoffs. But the big picture for them is we know we are in position to make the play. Unless the bottom fall out of this thing, they're making the playoffs. I think the huge thing for us is, hey, man, let's keep our eyes on our prize and not worry about San Francisco, not worry about Philadelphia. Let's control what we can control and then see what happens at the end of the season. I'm sitting here, if I'm on the squad, I'm like, yeah, of course course
We
we
in
going to the playoffs.
So you ain't making them flights yet. You ain't messing with the flights
You
yet.
would be a fool to make that. You ain't booking that flight. I'm talking about
What flight you talking about?
What?
I don't know.
You
I don't
rolling?
know.
You on the streak right now? Dak playing at the MVP level. Defense just played the way they played last week.
I got you.
You're looking at this as your team and saying, "Hey, if we don't make the playoffs, everybody should be fired." Because that means you done lost the rest of your games. The rest of them.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
Bills are 7-6. They need to keep winning to keep their playoff hopes alive. So you're going to go in a situation here in Western New York where this team has to keep on rolling there. So any concern at all that team may come out more desperate, ready to play with something to play for than the Cowboys?
Not for me. I thought, if anything, it would have been last week where Philly took that thumping against San Fran, and then they needed to come back and get back on track. And we saw what we did to them in the situation where I really felt like Philadelphia their back was against the wall, and they were going to come out and swing hard, and we were going to go out there and knock them out. I think it's the same thing with Buffalo. But I still think Philly's better than Buffalo. You
saw it.
It's what Josh Allen is for me. I know that turnover margin. They are +2. We are a defense that thrives on taking the ball away. So I'm less worried about Buffalo, especially when you say it's going to be 48 degrees up there. The sun's going to be out. This is normal football weather. When you say that, I'm okay. If you would have said, man, it's going to be 0 degrees outside.
Wind
it's going to be
crazy.
windy, and they're going to be getting the snow off the field right before the game. That's when I would have been worried. But you tell me we finna go out here play on turf in a 48-degree weather against the Buffalo Bills. I'm just not. I'm not as worried as I would have been if it was San Francisco or if it was Philadelphia.
BC, what's your reason? I want to know.
Reason? What you mean? Like what read about this upcoming game?
Yeah,
What's gonna look
yeah.
like? Okay. I mean, to be, I'm gonna talk about a little bit what I said earlier about being a bad matchup for this team. We all historically know what this defense has struggled against. It's been noted in history. Athletic quarterbacks that got an arm can do this team damage. We've seen it, and to me, this is the best dual threat quarterback that the Dallas Cowboys defense is going to have to go against this season. And I don't know, did they play against them last year? No, they didn't. So that's, for me, this is the guy. This is the guy that gives defenses headaches. Is he turnover crazy? Yes, we all understand that. He has all the talent in the world, but he will turn the ball over at an alarming rate. So they can get him in that regard. To me, what's a little bit frightening is not necessarily him throwing the ball over the top of the Dallas Cowboys' head, but him using that quarterback power, that scrambling. When things break down and he can get past that initial rush, him making plays. I mean, we've seen that in that Arizona game against Josh Dobbs, who, no disrespect, he's a much lesser quarterback than
Josh
my
Allen.
guy Pixie Dust up there, Josh Allen. Yeah. So that's what's concerning to me. When things break down, how are the Dallas Cowboys gonna handle it? Because it's not like it's just him and a bunch of guys off the street at wide receiver. You still got Stephon Diggs. You still got Kincaid at tight end.
Yeah.
Knox is coming back. We've seen what Cook out of the backfield looks like. Now, have the Dallas Cowboys gone against dynamic players before? Yes, and they put a cap on those guys. We just saw what happened against Philadelphia. But to me, Josh Allen, even though he turns the football over, he presents a bigger problem than Jalen Hurts, in my opinion. And that's just me. I don't, I may be, the lesser on that regard, but I believe that he presents a bigger problem than Hurts.
Since you missed yesterday, I want to pose this question to you too, because we talked about the switch in offensive coordinators and who's calling plays now, and I think that they look like a different team. I think they look like a team who is willing to try to run the ball now and not just get away from it. I mean, with Joe Brady.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like with their running backs, they are willing to try to run the ball as well. And I think that has made this team look a little different. All right? So I think, if anything, that may worry me a little bit, because we posed the question of what do you have to stop? And I was like, usually you say the quarterback or what. I'm like, hey, you got to stop the run game, because before this everything was on Josh Allen, right? Everything's on Josh Allen. Now it's they also are now focusing on getting Cooks involved in the run game and the pass game. Now you are a little bit more dynamic on offense.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that as far as, the run game. You got to stop that, because we're including Josh Allen in that run game. So I think you got to get a hold of that and force him to, everything from the arm. But what I think has gotten this team a little bit better is Josh Allen, I don't know, what was the realization? Whether it's when he got Ken Dorsey fired, whatever the case may be, he's like, man, I got to protect the football. I got to do a better better job at that. He'll have his occasions where he's trying to be Superman and he makes a crazy throw and it's intercepted, but he's limited his turnovers since that happened. Now, I don't know if that's the Brady effect or whatever the case may be, but you see he's dumping the ball down to these backs and letting them do a lot of work in the open field, and they got some dynamic players out there. He's not just centered on Stephon Diggs and I got to get him the ball. I got to get these deep threats the ball. He's picking and choosing where he's taking his shots, and he's doing a good job protecting the ball overall for Josh Allen standards. Not saying he's Dak Prescott or anything, but for his standards, he's doing a better job.
He's still got interception. Never since they fired Dorsey, he's still throwing interceptions.
Yeah, but he's not throwing 3 in a game or those game-changing interceptions,
So
in my opinion.
the ball out of his hands.
The Philadelphia game.
Yeah, that was the Philadelphia weeks ago, right? How many weeks ago was that? 3, 4?
I mean, he still does it.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's Mahomes or anything like that. I'm saying he can still turn the football over. I just think he's doing a better job of taking care of it.
What I want to add to that is you're right about him in the running game, and that's what we talked about yesterday. You got to stop him from being able to get out of the backfield and just extend drives by him running the ball. And I think what I've seen the difference in Josh Allen this year is he's not as reckless, like he doesn't run with the same abandon that he used to. 6'4", 250, he looking for contact. And so he's gotten away from that. If he wants to continue in this league, he better stop that part of it. But you got 2 reactions to your credit with Josh Allen. You either, if you're a Buffalo Bills fan, you say, oh my God, what an amazing throw, or oh my God, why did he make that throw? You know, because he will turn the ball over. He will do some bonehead things. But I think for our offense versus their defense, which you know what they present offensively, but their defense for years has been really good, and they have been in a tough AFC division where they've always been knocking on the door. And with the emergence of the Cincinnati's and with Kansas City, which for the last 4 to 5 years, the AFC Championship has been in Kansas City. So they just hadn't been able to get over that hurdle, even though they've had those good teams. I think for Dak, for our offense, they've got to be licking their chops because they know that they got some guys that's hurt on their defense, that they're not the same. They don't have Milano. They don't have Tre'Davious White, your guy at LSU. And so I think even missing those guys, that may be the difference for our offense being able to take advantage of some of those key pieces. And I'm saying this because they're missing those key pieces from injuries. And so for everything that you just said about Josh Allen and how this offense functions, they have the same worry on our side because of the way that our offense functions. The only caveat that I have to take away from that is the fact that I think we match up better with them, with our DBs versus their star wide receiver. I trust Stephon Gilmore versus Stephon Diggs.
Okay. I would have to agree with you on that regard as far as matchups, because their top corner out there right now is Rasul Douglas, I believe, when they got the trade. And he's no slouch. Now, he's no slouch at all. And I believe he'll be traveling with Lamb out there. Do I think Lamb can get the upper hand on him? Yes, I do. I believe Lamb's a top 3 receiver in the league, and he'll get the upper hand. But that's going to be a battle out there. That's why, in my opinion, this is going to be a big-time Pollard and Cooks type game. I mean, just to me, because I feel like Cooks should be able to win his matchup versus any other corner out there. So I think that's going to be a big-time matchup. And when we also talk about Buffalo's defense, Von Miller, he hasn't been that guy when it comes to rushing the passer that they thought they were getting from L.A. So to me, like you're right. I believe the Dallas Cowboys offense should be able to move the ball pretty handily.
Vaughn, in the fourth quarter against Kansas City, Vaughn was making some plays.
He did.
He's not been that Hall of Fame Vaughn. But I'll say this, against Kansas City, at the end when they needed him, he was coming around the corner. He was making some pressure here.
So who you lining up on?
Still.
He's coming out the steal.
Yes. Hey, listen, look, it should not be a one-game thing where you decide to give Terrence Steele help or make sure somebody there to chip or make him feel a little bit more comfortable, especially you have a guy like Von Miller on him, because what happens with those type of guys is it just takes one game. It just takes one little moment for them to feel like they got it again, and then before you know it, they go off and have 3 or 4 sacks. So just focus on not letting them get started.
Think Vaughn's got any juice because Jerry said no to him and he wanted to go? Or is that overblown?
He got his bread.
He might remember.
Yeah, Jerry gone past that.
Okay, all right. The home scoring, the home versus away scoring is definitely a discrepancy that you look at and you say, okay, let's take a break here. Power rankings are out. Cowboys Boy, I tell you, man, it's been a minute since you've seen something like this. So we'll reveal some power rankings for you next year. Also, get our picks in. So we got to pick the Cowboy game. We got to pick the rest of these games because this is our final show of the week. Players Lounge is off on Friday. Players Lounge brought to you by Tostitos right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Hi, I'm Danny McCray, Dallas Cowboys alumni player here with Smoothie King. And Smoothie King wants to ask you, what's that sound? That's the sound of us magically transforming our smoothie bowls into 2 new decadent flavors. Dig into a cool acai or pitaya bowl, handcrafted with crunchy, purely Elizabeth granola, fresh strawberries, and finished with a velvety chocolate hazelnut drizzle. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or anytime you want to munch. And that's the sound of you making them disappear. Smoothie bowls, now in 2 new decadent flavors. Only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. #Be your own boss.
There is no I in Dallas. There is no I in Hart either. No I in Blue Star or in Lone Star for that matter. And there's no I in how about them Cowboys? Smirnoff knows there's no I in football. Football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks, home or away, we rally together, we cry together, and we always rally cry together because there's definitely no I in Cowboys fans. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Wrap up your holiday shopping with all things Cowboy. Visit a pro shop near you or log on to shop.dallascowboys.com. A Fanatics experience to score exclusive deals in store and online and grab the best gears in the game.
Thank you, Heckman Harrison. You are in the Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos. Cowboys heading into Buffalo. We'll give you our picks later on here. Barry Church doesn't sound like he's going to pick the Cowboys, but we shall see. We shall see.
We're going to see.
Barry Church, Danny McCray. I'm Newey Scruggs. Power rankings are out. Yahoo Sports has San Francisco number 1.
As they should.
Yeah, that's fast.
Dallas number 2, Baltimore 3, Philadelphia 4, and the Buffalo Bills 5. USA Today got the 49ers 1, the Cowboys 2, Baltimore 3, Philly 4, KC 5. Bleacher Report, Niners 1, Cowboys 2, Baltimore 3, Philly 4. NBC Pro Football Talk, San Francisco 1, Baltimore 2, Dallas 3, Philly 4, and Miami 5. Guys, how are we feeling about this?
I ain't mad about none of them top threes. I think us in Baltimore, flip-flop a little bit there because they are playing really good football, even though they had a close one with L.A. last week.
Yeah.
But you cannot deny that their offense is crazy, especially with a guy like Lamar Jackson. Their defense usually plays well. So I'm okay with that. We know San Fran came in and did what they did. They did what they did to us. They did what they did to everybody else. So they deserve to be number 1. I'm good with us 2 or 3 because at the end of the day, like, it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter.
Yeah, I ain't college football.
It don't matter.
Now, the power rankings have changed week to week, and the Cowboys have gone from 5 out of top 5, and now we back in with the victory versus Philadelphia. I agree with you on Baltimore. That's a tough team over in the AFC, and the way that they're playing, and I need them to pull out some victories for us. All right?
Oh, they need to beat San Fran.
Yes, sir. They really do. That defense.
Big game.
And they have a defense to match it. But you're right, man. Lamar Jackson, over the last half of this season, he's been playing some really good football, especially with the way that the season started. So I don't mind being 2 or 3 as it correlates between us and Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm with y'all 100% on all 3 of it. I mean, Baltimore and the Cowboys back and forth. I do think the gap between San Francisco and 2 and 3, which is Baltimore, Dallas, wherever you want to put it. I do believe it shrunk just a little bit. I'm not saying it's
other way.
I ain't saying it's as big as it once was. I do feel like it shrank a little bit, but they're still the number one team.
And in what way are you seeing it? Because everybody else has San Francisco leaps and bounds better than the rest of the pack.
I think they're playing outstanding, but I also feel like the Cowboys are a different team than when they went against them, back in week 4 or 5 or whatever the case may be. I feel like they found their stride offensively. Defensively, I feel like they're getting a little bit better, more disciplined team. So to me, I feel like their play kind of got the cushion a little bit less than it was, a couple weeks ago.
The Cowboys have earned the spot to be 2 or 3. Definitely, they won't pass the 49ers, so they're in a good spot. But if you don't win this week, you're going to fall. So this game against the Bills, the Cowboys have lost 2 straight to the Bills. The last time they played in Buffalo, the Cowboys lost 16-6, December 27, 2015. I want to say that was the Kellen Moore game, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kellen was on there.
That was a Kellen Moore start.
Yeah, broke my arm down there. Yeah, I remember that game. It was cold as heck, too.
Broke your arm, didn't it?
Oh, was that Matt Castle, no? That was Matt Castle?
It was one of them cats.
Because 2015 was Matt Castle. It was a bunch of different guys.
Moore was in there.
But I'm trying, and Chris, I know you were there. I want to say that was the game that Kellen started, and wasn't Rex Ryan the coach?
Nah, you talking about defensively?
Oh, wait, Kellen Moore started for who?
Dallas.
It might. Yeah, I think Castle got hurt. Kellen Moore was definitely in one of those rotations in 2015.
That was 2015. Then,
yeah, in Buffalo.
We was trash.
In Buffalo. That was like one of the second to last games of the year.
Yeah. We was bad. We was trash.
And I want to say that's off the top of my head, man. It's off the top of my head, but because my photographer got stuck up there. Because you couldn't get out. I guess they had
the bad storm.
Yeah, he was stuck up there, man. They ran out of draws because he had to be up there for a few days, man. I was like, oh man,
pack extra.
Poor guy. Yeah, I told him. They're going back there though. Like,
poor guy who? Kellen Moore, or the other guy?
Doctor, man. I ain't going back there.
Castle didn't play that game. He did not play in that game. Kellen Moore played the whole game.
Okay. Yes. The Kellen Moore.
16-9.
Kellen Moore started 16-6.
McFadden was the running back. 19 carries for 99 yards.
Yeah, he was all right day. I think he went over a stack that year, right? I think so.
Chris, what do you remember about that day?
16-6. Is that the game that when we came back, we circled? I think we circled Dallas for like an hour and ended up landing in Houston.
Yeah,
I remember that. I remember that. Yeah, that was that year.
That was the memorable moment of that game.
Everything was going wrong.
We couldn't figure out nothing.
Couldn't figure out how to get home.
Get home. We ain't get home till about 5 in the morning.
Wait for Romo to get back.
When he coming back?
Please.
That was the end of my season right there. Right? It was over with.
Okay, all right. And then the last meeting, it was Thanksgiving Day, and it was Buffalo 26, Dallas 15. That was in 20.
It was the Beasley game, right?
Yeah, Beasley
carried him off the
6 foot. Yeah, he mossed him.
Like Rudy out there.
Yeah,
I was at that game too.
Yeah, that was it. That was
one game I went to there.
That was a bad one.
Old Beasley.
Second and third quarter, they dominated.
We're gonna go ahead and repay them.
Thanksgiving. Yeah,
we're gonna repay them. We're gonna go on up to Buffalo.
Hey, Bills Mafia gonna be crazy. That's the one thing, man. Their fan base is out of control.
What's the name up there, right? Connor McGovern? Ain't he up there?
I think
McGovern up there, yeah.
But I think he
giving them all the tea. all the tea.
Right here.
Now the tea might be different from when Connor was here, man. It's a whole different tea now.
Even when you look at the Arizona game and the San Francisco game with our scoring differential away from here, like you said, our team is different. Like the flip has been switched since we've played those teams, and we play to me a totally different style of football, or we're more comfortable in the system. So I think it's totally different when you say the gap is a lot smaller. I believe the gap is a lot smaller, and as good as I believe San Francisco is, I do know that
if Seattle was playing Geno Smith last week, that is a closer game. And I'm gonna stand on this that when they play Arizona, I think that is gonna be a more competitive game than people are expecting. And the same thing when they play the Rams in the last game of the season. It's gonna be a lot more competitive than people are expecting, because you can assume that the Rams will be playing for a possible playoff spot.
So you know all about that NFC West invitation. You've never been a part of it.
Keep your hopes alive, all right? Keep your hopes alive.
Ain't gonna be all right.
So if we're talking about matchups here, and it just the first round pick the Buffalo took, Dalton Kincaid out of Utah. Is that a guy you think can be somewhat of a difference maker? Because I go back to when the Cowboys have played the 49ers, George Kittle has come up with some big games. And it's always made me wonder, if you're going to go out and try and beat the Cowboys, find the tight end, especially now that you look at the linebacker spot now that's been compromised a little bit with Van Der Esch being gone.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I think that, you bring up a valid point, and I think you put Jerron Kearse and Donovan Wilson have been the men that have been responsible for being one-on-one, and a lot of times Donovan Wilson has drawn that matchup, and it hadn't worked for him. It's playing to his weakness. We know what Dono's strength is, and that's playing the line of scrimmage and just lurking, basically. But I think what's changed in our defense, and you guys could agree or disagree, is our ability to present pressure. I think in that 49ers game, we were just not getting the pressure to stop Purdy from being able to deliver. And so last week, even though Dallas Goedert had a pretty good game and had some possession receptions, I think it was the defense applying pressure that made him ineffective.
Listen, I'm still a little iffy about the amount of pressure that we could put on teams depending on the situation in the game. Because we saw against Seattle where it was, oh man, they getting the ball out quick. I mean, you still got to figure out a way to get some pressure on a guy like that, right? So I think most of the time we can get pressure on guys, but once we play a team like a Seattle or like a San Francisco, we got to figure out a way to get that type of pressure in those type of games. Well, Philly, we did what we were supposed to do against them. I just wanted to be more consistent to where we could lean on that in a big time game in a big time situation, because 2 weeks ago we needed it against Seattle and we just couldn't find a way to get it.
And you bring up that Seattle game, and it kind of just, that's why I don't think this matchup overall is in the best for Dallas Cowboys and Dan Quinn when you look at it. Because it was a similar quarterback, not the same as Josh Allen, but a big arm guy that has some athletic ability. Now, Josh Allen got both, big time arm and crazy athletic ability. But when you look at Geno Smith, he was able to step up in that pocket and make those throws. And he had a trio of wide receivers that, can rival some of the best out there. And I'm not saying Josh Allen and those guys have that, but what they do have is a dynamic tight end that we talked about, Kincaid. And when you're attacking this Dallas Cowboys defense, you got to do it inside the numbers. I wouldn't mess with Bland. I wouldn't mess with Gilmore on the outside, all like that. You got to go inside the numbers when you talk about J. Lou, Bell, Clark, and that safety coming down. Yep. We know that's kind of where they struggle at. So I can see Kincaid having a big-time game, because not only is it not just, on timing routes, it's if he's able to extend the play and get time out there, which we all know Josh Allen can do, that's when they struggle in coverage. When guys are whipping away from them, getting outside of their leverage because the guy's buying time back there. That's the thing that kind of worries me about this matchup overall, is him buying time for those guys in the middle of the field to get open.
And also the fact that James Cook can make you pay in the passing game also. So it stretches your defense. It's also going to put a test to guys like Marquise Bell and Damone Clark. You point them out specifically, but if you watch when the Bills have had success, it's been that mixing up the run with the pass with Cook, and also the short yardage, him also being able to create. The only way that you mitigate that, dog, is that you let Michael Parsons and you let Armstrong and D-Law get Hunt. They got to hunt. They got to get him down. He's a big body. He's a guy you can't just allow to just be floating around free and being able to create with his legs and point guys around up the field.
Could you see Dan Quinn doing the same type of thing they did with Hurts as far as bringing that zero blitz? Not all the time, but in certain situations. Can you see that happening this week?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can see that.
And they'll probably miss Hankins here. I mean, Mozzie Smith will be out.
In Mozzie, we trust.
I'm just
Buffalo. Tuck that in right now.
I'm not doing that.
Come on, tuck it in right now.
That Mozzie.
Time proofing. Not a lot of consistency.
No white tees.
The Michigan D lineman.
Yeah, man. Tossed.
This is what I know. Last week, Buffalo had 28 rushes. 10 of them came from Josh Allen. They had 18 carries from running backs. Okay, what we know about last week, or when Philly came out at halftime, they decided they were going to try to run the ball, and we were a little leaky in the run. Yeah. Okay, now you missing a guy like Hankins, and we got to figure out, Mozzie, are you going to be able to step up and fill that spot, which I hope you can. But if not, I'm telling you, for as much as we talking about Josh Allen throwing the ball, if you allow this team to come in here and get good yardage on first down, giving the ball to their running backs, you're going to have a very long day.
No, no lies told there, man. And they get it done in the running game, too. From the bunch sets that they run, I mean, they don't spread you out a lot. They're really close at the line of scrimmage a lot of times. So I'm worried about that. I just feel like, for some reason, those turnovers in Philly kind of made you forget all about what you just said. You know?
They did.
They did.
But they was on some big-time plays that was being made.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. The turnover game can really kind of make you forget about some of those holes, and that's why I think coming up against Josh Allen, you're like, he's going to give us one. Somebody's going to give us one. Somewhere in this game, he's going to throw one over to us. And whether we take it to the house or it's a turnover, hey, that brings the offense back out on the field, I don't know. But we know we're going to get one.
Because I remember Devontae just made a big catch on one of those.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts was first and 20, got like 16.
AJ put a move on. Yeah.
So they were making some plays in the game, and like turnovers are a part of it. But I'm saying, you got to be able to stop. You got to be able to stop that stuff. And this is the same thing that we've been talking about for year in and year out, about being able to stop the run. Does your defense travel to a place like Buffalo when it gets a little cold outside? Mm-hmm. Does it travel and allow you to be able to play the same way that you play at home in the warmth or wherever your home stadium is? And I think that's going to be the test for us this weekend.
All right, moment of truth coming up for Barry Church.
Hey, let's get it.
Who the Chargers play?
That's the question.
Hey, I want to know who you picking.
Oh, okay. Whoever they going against, that's what I'm picking.
Oh,
that's what I'm picking.
you that
Herb
far?
down.
Oh, okay.
Herb
I can't wait.
Herb is out.
Herb's out.
But who's the offensive coordinator?
Herb out. Herb is out.
Is
Herb out. Keenan Allen out.
Is Kellen
Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
Is Kellen coordinator tonight?
Herb,
genius.
They are
Keenan
playing.
Allen.
They're playing. They're playing the Raiders.
I'm saying you act like they're
playing the Raiders.
Keenan Allen and Herb.
This might be a 0-0 tie. This might be a 0-0 tie.
TCU? No, he ain't gonna throw him the ball. Biting bricks out here. Nah.
O'Connell is their quarterback. Okay, all right.
Let's go, Devontae.
All right.
It's tough love, boy.
Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos, coming back right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. #Be your own boss.
Hi, I'm Danny McCray, Dallas Cowboys alumni player here with Smoothie King. And Smoothie King wants to ask you, what's that sound? That's the sound of us magically transforming our smoothie bowls into 2 new decadent flavors. Dig into a cool acai or pitaya bowl, handcrafted with crunchy, purely Elizabeth granola, fresh strawberries, and finished with a velvety chocolate hazelnut drizzle. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or anytime you want to munch. And that's the sound of you making them disappear. Smoothie bowls, now in 2 new decadent flavors. Only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Back to the Players Lounge.
'Tis the season for youth football and dance camps presented by Invisalign. Don't miss your chance to learn from the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders and former NFL players at AT&T Stadium on December 22nd and 23rd. Celebrate the holidays with the Cowboys. Register today at dallascowboys.com/camps.
That's next Friday.
Yes,
okay, that's next Friday. And y'all got about 20 spots left.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it. You better get in there quick.
School gonna be out. You're gonna need Danny to babysit.
No, we will not be opening. It's only one day. They get out on Friday. Okay, we got camp on Friday and Saturday.
All right.
Bring them on up there, man. We take care of them for about 8 hours.
Woo.
Yeah, it is.
It's
See what I'm saying?
about 8 hours.
You gonna play a whole game.
Be all right.
As long as you come back and get them. 'Cause I be mad. Hey, I be mad as heck when them. I be like, bro, you know the camp over at 3:30.
Hey, I'll be there
Talking
at
about
10.
be there at 45. I'm coming at 3:45 today. Why? I got stuff to do. Come get your kid at 3 o'clock. We had him all day.
Okay.
Bringing up old stuff.
Yeah. Nah, it's the ones that don't even apologize when they get up there. I asked the little kid, hey, yeah, my daddy said he was going to be late today. I said, oh, he did, huh? So, yeah, he coming at 4.
He finishing that round.
4 o'clock, man. Got at 3:15.
That's crazy.
Imagine leaving your kid at school too long.
Yeah, that's out of pocket.
School closed.
Happens all the time.
I know. You the guy. Let me call the school, tell them I'm gonna be late.
You know where I'm at. I work in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's
I work in the afternoon. That ain't me.
Oh, but somebody though. Somebody.
Saying no name.
Jeez.
Okay, pick your kids up on time, okay? When school and class is up, go get them.
Let's pick the games. We got a game tonight. Your Chargers are in Las Vegas, and they are a 3-point dog.
America's gonna be tuned in to this one.
It's gonna be a barn burner.
What part of America?
Who's starting for your boys?
I have no idea. I think is it Easton Stick? Who's the I don't know, number 2. He went in there and fumbled as soon as he got the first snap.
This is bad.
It's bad out there. It's all bad out west, man. Yeah, give me the Raiders, man.
But the end of Kellen Moore.
Give me the Raiders.
The end of Kellen.
At home. What's the score?
10-3 Raiders.
10-3.
10-3 Raiders.
I am reluctant to pick. This was so bad. This is why I went out on the limb last week with the Raiders and a 3-0 game. But your Chargers are in town. I'm gonna have to pick them again, and I'm just gonna go 6-3.
6-3.
6-3. It's gonna be bad. If it ends up being a good game, then I'll be surprised.
So they got Vegas -3, but when I pull up the ESPN app, matchup predictor, 57.1% chance of winning is the Los Angeles Chargers.
Man.
I'm going with ESPN.
Who that quarterback?
Eckler gonna have a day.
Eckler gonna have a day.
Who's that
13-10.
I have no idea.
You gonna have Kellen Moore running the ball. That'll be something different.
No. Eckler's gonna have 13 catches, 168 yards.
All purpose.
All purpose. They ain't got nowhere else to throw it to. If Eckler don't get all the touches of the football this game, your guy, he in trouble for real.
Eckler going straight to the contract table. Hey, y'all seen it, right?
I'm going with your guys just because
Kellen
you ain't pick your guys. Somebody got to stand up for the Los Angeles.
Way to sacrifice.
Not on duty.
I'll take Vegas 17-7.
So I'm by myself, CB. I'm by myself.
Yes.
Man, you better not. Man.
Yes,
You better not.
All right.
Don't text me at 9:30 talking about
I am.
Yeah, so,
You know what? I'm gonna hit you with the roll tide. I know how to get you. Good night, Hegman.
Well, y'all ain't done. What's next?
Moment of truth for you, Mr. Church.
What's happening? What we got?
Cowboys at Buffalo. We're going to you
At
first.
Buffalo.
We're going to you first.
What's the spread on that?
1.5. So,
you can't hide with the spread.
Nah, that's all right. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game. But give me the dust in this one, man. I just don't like the matchup. I just don't like the matchup. Give me the dust. Let me get 28-24.
I can't believe you gonna sit in here and take the. Barry Church.
Man.
Listen,
It's not a good matchup. Man. I don't like the matchup.
Week,
I don't like the matchup.
What does he want from us?
I don't know.
Cowboys.
I
Believe it.
I just the matchup, man.
Jalen Hurts last week. Man, you gonna take the dust this week?
It does.
After everything you done.
It's a dust. I don't like the matchup, man. I don't like it.
It's on you.
Man, you know, I'm Cowboys. Cowboys gonna win this one.
Off the bus?
I ain't out. No, I ain't going off the bus with this one. But I will say it will be a close game. I don't think a high-scoring game. I'm going to go 17-14. 17-14.
Give me Cowboys 24-23.
Who I thought you were about to take my score? 24-21, Dallas Cowboys.
24-21.
What a kick.
No.
I don't like the matchup, man.
No.
I don't like it.
No.
I don't like the matchup.
And you don't be texting us at 5 o'clock talking about I told you so.
No.
Hey, nobody can wait until they be waiting for somebody to be like, yeah, you was right. When you said. He already got a message typed up.
Gonna be right there.
I can't believe it.
All you gonna see is the eyeballs.
It's already in the queue.
It's already in the queue. Right in his I'm gonna wait till the third quarter just so I can be safe.
You gotta wait.
No, we have to hit him and say, you're ahead of us, man.
Chris Bean, what you got, man? What you got?
Minnesota at Cincinnati.
I'll take
7-6 Minnesota against 7-6 the Bengals.
I made a mistake and didn't take the Bengals last time.
That's right.
I won't make that same mistake again.
And Browning, we trust.
I'm not making that same mistake in 2017. Going to the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay.
And I need their defense to play very well so I can beat Mr. Barry Church in this fantasy football.
Ooh, you do need
quarterfinals.
All right.
As long as Jefferson get the rock, I don't give a
Heckman, where you going?
I'm going with Natty. I'm going with Cincinnati. I'm going to go 24-20.
It's in Cincinnati?
Yes.
Yeah, give me the Natty for sure. 28-21.
Crazy y'all keep saying Natty, knowing that the national championship winner and all this stuff. That's right, man. Put some respect on his name. Appreciate it.
This Minnesota defense has been playing well here, so I'm going to say it's going to be a close game. Let me get a 16-13 Cincinnati win. Close game.
All right, we have Denver traveling to Detroit. Big good one.
This is going to be good, man. That's a good one right there, CBZ.
Shall I go first again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you're going to take that one yourself.
I'm taking Let's Ride.
Let's ride.
I'm taking Let's Ride. I don't know. Jared Goff is my quarterback on my fantasy football team, and this man did turn the ball over like Josh Allen. He started off the game. He started off hot as I don't know what, touchdown, playing well, and I don't know what's happened over the last few weeks. He ain't been playing well. And it's something about Denver. I don't know. Them dudes, they find a way, like Cortland Sutton, find a way.
Always good.
So I'm taking Denver. 28-24.
28 for Denver. Okay.
Man, you know what? Let's Ride just had a baby too, so it might be extra motivation in this game. I'm gonna go with Denver. Can't believe you're switching up on your coach, man.
You go in Detroit.
In Detroit.
Fighting Campbell's.
I know.
You know they're going to respond.
Did they fight against Chicago?
You know they're going to respond, though. He's going to get it out of him. Man, let me go on Campbell, man.
You're going
Campbell. I'm going Campbell on this one. I'm going Campbell on
Campbell's
this one.
sensei's over there in Denver, by the way.
Come on, Peyton?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
wax
with him
on,
in
wax
New
off,
Orleans.
man. It's time for the student to surpass the sensei. Give me the lines 24-17.
24-17.
24-17.
I hope that's right.
Yeah.
Jared Goff.
Oh, field goal.
I'm probably not going to start him. I'm probably going to start Colin Murray.
You tripping?
We might want to pick that game.
St.
I might be picking upset.
27-20.
Go with Detroit.
Go with Detroit.
D-Town, baby.
Can't lose forever.
Y'all watch that doc, that Bye Bye Barry?
I did not. I heard it was tremendous.
That was unreal.
Heard it was tremendous. Okay, Chris, is that the last one?
No, let's go H-Town against Tennessee.
Boy.
Oh, is Stroud back?
That's what I don't know.
Will Levis.
Man.
Eric Henry.
Levis had a good game last week.
Levis did have a good game.
He did.
His girlfriend trying to come back and everything. See,
He better hit her with the Heisman.
Better come with it. Trying to come back home now.
Now you want to.
3 hours ago, Stroud remains in the concussion protocol. He isn't practicing on Thursday.
Tennessee 30. Thank you very much.
No, who's that back? The guy with the neck. Is that back up? I can't think of his name. The guy with the neck. What's this guy?
No, man.
The quarterback. No. You know what I'm talking about?
I can't help you.
I don't know who you talking about.
Anyway.
Say that again.
Never mind. They'll go with the coach of the year on this one, man. I'm going with H-Town.
Yeah, I'm going Will Levis and the guys because CJ Stroud don't play. I don't think they have anything. I think Collins may be out. I think Dell is out. CJ Stroud probably gonna be out.
You know what? Let me flip that. Hold on. As a matter of fact, scratch through that.
21-13 Tennessee.
Scratch through that.
21-13 Tennessee Titans.
Man, as a matter of fact, Dewey, hold on.
You don't want the guy with the neck.
No, I ain't going with the neck roll no more. I'm going with Tennessee on this. So you're right.
Yeah, Collins remains sidelined for Thursday's practice.
Yeah, it's not a good look. No,
I got one more for you. Right? Sunday Night Football.
Church,
NBC.
Tennessee.
Hold on. See if we go.
Yeah, Tennessee 24-17.
the guy with the neck.
So you staying with the Texans, right?
No.
Whoa!
He flipped out of there.
Hold on. Hey, Spade stick now.
No.
Spade stick, don't
they?
That's what they say.
Flip-floppy.
That's what they say.
Flip-floppy.
That's crazy.
He reneging over here.
I am a. No, can't say that.
Never thought I'd see the day.
Yo, not gonna do that one.
Man. Not on duty.
Not today, Satan.
So you got the Titans. What's the score?
Titans, I'm gonna go 23-17 on this one.
Okay, so Texas still scores 17.
Yeah,
with nobody out there.
With nobody.
Pierce.
Yeah, 23-17.
Quarterback with the neck.
The neck.
All right, what else you got here, Chris?
Sunday night NBC. Let's go with the Baltimore Ravens against the Jaguars.
Oh, I thought it was the friend. Duval. What you get? It's in Duval?
In Duval.
Do it matter?
Nah, give me the Ravens. Give me Lamar and the crew, man. Yeah, give me the crew 31-24.
Yeah, Lamar back at the crib. I'm going Baltimore. Let's say 30-24.
31-27. Baltimore Ravens.
My fantasy team needs something this week. Fantasy team needs it this week.
That's the
hey, this your chance.
34-31 Baltimore.
Oh! It's your Super Bowl picks.
They still alive, too.
These are your Super Bowl. You picked them.
I sit there and watch them weekly. I watch them weekly. I don't mean concerned about my fantasy team. I'm done. Goodbye. This is Players Lounge. Thank you, Barry Church, Heck Harris, Danny McCray.
Cowboy Nation, I hope your team win. There it is. Yeah.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!